Tone Deaf is the journey of a musical theater nerd, bringing musicals into the life of their musically challenged spouse. The reactions to the musicals are real and mostly unedited. This show is rated explicit for mature content and strong language. Now sit back, relax, and have a laugh. You're listening to Tone Deaf.
Welcome to Tone Deaf, a theater nerd's guide for their musically challenged spouse. I'm Kay, and I'm questioning if I'm still a musical theater nerd.
I'm Warren. And, I think I hate Weber again.
Yeah, I think I do too, and I don't know who is more to blame.
Weber. It's all Weber because it's his property. He is the one who is giving the green light on this.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he didn't have any say in the creative process. He's just like, yes, bastardize, my beloved product, and I'll just cash my check at the bank and be sipping mojitos on a tropical island somewhere.
So, for those who are wondering and who didn't notice at the title, we watched the Cats trailer, the new one.
We went back and watched the first one just to remind ourselves of the horror, and then saw the second one. And initially, when watching the second one, I thought, oh, the CGI looks a little bit better.
The ears look a little bit better. They actually move.
They haven't fixed the noses. They still look like they skinned a human face and just put it on a horrible cat animation, because they don't look enough like cats facially for me to be like, yeah, this is cats. They just look like copy pasted people faces right on, and then just kind of colored them with the fur pattern. They don't look right. They don't look good. They look horrible. They're horrible, you guys. And the fact that we have already said we're going to pay money, hard-earned money that we got from suffering and toiling. We're going to pay that money to get tickets.
For opening night.
To go see this abomination.
You know what else opens on the same day? Star Wars.
Speaking of another abomination, but probably a more entertaining one.
I don't know, this one might be entertaining just for sheer... Except for, I have my own gripes. But I'll get into those later on Cats and what they've done.
I will say I don't hate the fact that they're obviously trying to do more of a narrative piece rather than just a bunch of not really related segments. Like I am technically fine because they're trying to retell the story. They're trying to make it, more theatrical, so they're trying to put it into a cohesive story format with like goals and objectives and characters who want things, However, it just looks terrible. We saw more of Idris Elba in the second trailer. I feel like...
What have they done to...
I feel like every cat but the old ones they allowed to be like fluffy cats. Every other cat is like skin tight.
And it's weird.
They don't... They just...
Oh gosh.
They don't look good. They don't look
They
right.
don't.
And like when you're watching it, there's times that your mind is like, oh, this doesn't look too and before you can finish that thought, your brain goes, oh god.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that doesn't look too oh god. Oh, what? Why? They have beautiful singing and colorful imagery, and then eye rape is the only way to put it.
And the scenery just bothers me. It still bothers me, and I thought maybe the second trailer wouldn't bother me as much, but it still does, where everything is so supersized. I sit there and I go, okay, that's more mouse proportions than cat proportions.
They do look oddly small, don't they?
Yeah, they look way too small for where they, like, for what they are and where they are.
Yeah, the proportions do... Yeah, you actually nailed it. They seem like they're way too small even for cats in a human world.
Like, if they were on all fours the whole time, then maybe. But, you know, when you stand a cat on their hind legs, like these guys all are, then it's... Proportionally, it should be more like baby-sized or toddler-sized, depending on the cat breed. I mean, Steven, you know, he gets up to our doorknob when he stands on his hind legs.
He tries to open the door with his hands he doesn't have.
Yeah, so that's a thing that bothers me.
Yeah, because... Yeah, that's actually a great way, because, like, the way that they're standing on their hind legs, they would come up to about half that height.
Yeah.
Proportion-wise.
There's so many things wrong with this. And, like, the way that they have Victoria wearing the pearl necklace, and I'm like, this is from someone who's never dressed up their cat then. Because everyone in their life, even if you won't admit it now, you have dressed up a cat. You have put clothing on a cat before. Either a hat or a necklace or a... I'm seeing those wheels turning. You've done it.
I was about to be like...
done it.
I was about to be like, I haven't done... And then my brain went, yeah, you've put stuff on a cat's head to be like, you have a hat now. And the cat just looks at you like, I'm going to piss in your clothing.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that just... That bothers me. And knowing that a lot of money probably went into this also makes me...
So much money. But like I've said,
it goes into the stars, which I'm sure they're going to be amazing.
I would bet the entire family tree that they have spent all of their budget on the cast, on getting...
Including Warren the First?
Yes. I would... Well, I meant family tree as in, like, my twig and berries. That was the joke. That's the joke I was going for.
Oh, okay.
I would bet my entire branch of the family tree that... all of their money went into the frickin' cast, and that's why they refuse to make them look more like cats, because they're like, no, we want you to know that it's Taylor Swift. We want you to know that it's Judi Dench and Ian McKellen and Idris Elba. We don't want you to be like, oh, that's their voice coming out of this horrible chimeric monstrosity, rather than, they just...
Word.
Yeah, rather than they just peeled off Idris Elba's face and super glued it onto a horrible cat mannequin.
Weber, it hurts.
Weber, why? Why did you do this to us, Weber?
Oh, Jesus, like...
The cats in the original stage version look so much better.
They look so good.
No CGI, and they looked so much better.
And so, the reason why I'm kind of... I don't know if it's disappointed or dreading this. So, part of my charm was the slow realization that it was a death cult with cats. Well, that was part of the charm for me, because I was...
Is it a death cult, or is it a second life cult?
It's a death cult. They get thrown into a dumpster or something.
What's interesting with this one is it almost seems like there's some type of competition for who gets to get their... I mean, that seems like the whole thing, the Jellicle Ball is like this... I almost want to say it's going to turn out to be like a dance competition.
Oh, God. That's what I'm so worried about, because I liked it better, just sort of the... Somehow old Deuteronomy's gonna choose. We don't know how. Maybe it's everyone gives their compelling story, or their...
Is Judi Dench Deuteronomy?
Yes, Judi Dench is Deuteronomy. And it's... And there's so much more dialogue in this, and that's a silly thing for me to gripe over.
I'm pretty sure the dialogue thing just plays into the fact they're trying to do do a narrative, like actually have a story rather than just a bunch of different dance scenes.
And the fact that we see Macavity so goddamn much.
Really, we only see him
Macavity,
twice, right?
Yeah.
We see him, his initial show up, and then he shows up later to start shit, right?
So, we don't ever actually see him in the first act, but you hear that he exists, and that he's kind of like, oh, Macavity, and Like,
because I know he shows up and like fights with the other cats in one point in
yeah,
the show.
that's at the second act.
But is that the only time we see him? Is when he shows up to fight? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, in this one he's like, but then again it's Idris Elba.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, it's Idris Elba. We gotta have him throughout because it's Idris Elba, and the man is a chocolatey, delicious god.
I mean, he is. He deserved that title last year, that sexiest man title. Both of us would agree on that.
Hands down.
Yeah, like,
I will go toe to toe and fight anyone who disputes that. It's Idris Elba. I mean, come on. But yeah, because like you see him and he's like this shadowy figure. It's like Victoria is getting a little picked on by the other cats, and he shows up to be like, haha, you're being picked on by the other cats. And then he's almost, he reminds me of, it's almost like they tried to give him a splash of the Cheshire Cat. Because they have the whole thing of, like, in the trailer where he, like, blows a kiss with his hat and just poofs into dust.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
That is a weird moment.
It's a little bit of a what the fuck moment.
Yeah, in an already what the fuck thing.
What the fuck's all around?
Yeah, because, like, I don't know, this is what it's starting to feel like, and might be why I'm not as excited about it as I once was. It feels like fan fiction that I read when I was 12.
That's always a bad sign when you're looking at something and go, this looks like it was written by a 14-year-old.
And it's mostly because of seeing so much Macavity. That makes me go, And seeing him actually, like, talking to the other cats and being, like, questioning them, and like he's the Lucifer type of archetype.
He's almost the tempter. Like, he's trying to, like, lead these cats away from the Jellicle Ball and their promise of a new life.
Yeah, when in the book, like, in the poem, and thus also in the musical, he's just an ass. He's just an asshole who commits crimes and gets away with them.
Sounds like a cat.
That's all he is.
Sounds like
he's just a ginger tabby.
It sounds like a cat. I'm gonna do whatever I want and screw you if you don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, well, isn't Rum Tum Tugger also a ginger tabby?
Because he's probably more of a mackerel tabby than a ginger tabby.
But both, okay.
They're both tabbies, but...
Because I see a little, in the cat Steven, I see a little bit of both Macavity and Rum Tum Tugger.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as much as I hate Rum Tum Tugger, I do love Steven. But then again, Steven will come over and just, like, throw himself onto your lap and go, you're going to love me now.
And I'm going to drool all over you and give you hives.
I'm going to give Kay hives by drooling all over her.
And you're going to like it because I'm soft and adorable. Look at me. Love me. Yeah, Steven's Rum Tum Tugger. I think he's more Rum Tum Tugger than Macavity, but... It depends on when he flips on you.
You know, at least Steven will actually fight. Like, he will actually... Like, we've seen him go toe-to-toe with cats who get too close to the residents, you know, because he's territorial. Rum Tum Tugger, when Macavity shows up, like in the show, Rum Tum Tugger's nowhere to be found. He's too busy tugging himself off in the corner, making sure he's all nice and clean in his genital area.
Jesus Christ!
That's what I'm saying. Rum Tum Tugger is the most useless pile of fur balls. Just, okay. We have, who knows what they're going to do in this.
He might be better, because, I mean, they've got Jason Derulo playing him.
What would I know him from? Because his face looked very familiar. Really? Okay.
He does, he's a musician, so...
He looked familiar, and, however, in the scenes that they do show in the trailer, Rum Tum Tugger is still the look at me, aren't I glorious and wonderful, so I'm probably still gonna hate his character.
Yeah.
Because...
I mean, the minute that Rum Tum Tugger showed up on the screen, you're like, fuck you!
Fuck you, Rum Tum Tugger! I'm kind of hoping that when we go and see it, because this is coming out right around the same time as Star Wars, that the theater is empty.
I would love that.
Because then...
Just for us to be able to fully... truly enjoy, because it'll be you, me, and your sister going.
She wants to come with us, and then I'm going to riff on it if there's no one else in the theater.
Yes. But, at the same time, I'm like, I hope this does well. Well, because I want more musicals.
Okay.
And I know that Hollywood only speaks in money.
I want to agree with you in saying that I hope this does well. However... my spidey sense is telling me that this is going to suck.
Oh,
And who knows? Because I'm saying that now, my expectations are going to be very low. So we're going to go in there and I'm going to come out of it and be singing something and being like, this was the greatest thing ever!
So because of my soft spot for this musical, I probably will like it just for the music.
Oh, I am excited for the music because I know they have a good cast of people who are going to sing, and I know that's going to be the real strong suit of this show. It's just all the in-betweens that I'm going to have issues with. I am kind of curious because we never saw any type of, well, at least not that we could easily identify as a cutaway or a fantasy scene in terms of like imagining something that isn't there, because I know that we've got like the puggles and the
peaks and the
pollicles. We have that scene in the musical, as well as Growl Tiger's Last Stand.
Yeah.
Is it Growl Tiger's Last Stand? Okay. Couldn't remember if it was Last Stand or... Hey, look at me remembering things. Because I'm wondering, because we did see the part with like Ian McKellen on stage.
Yeah.
And, I assume he's going to be...
He's Gus. Yeah.
I assume he's going to be Gus. And so, it would be cool... Because who knows, maybe he'll get on stage and he'll, like, do his thing and it'll CGI to this big epic pirate battle.
Oh, God. And then we're going to have this CGI inception of CGI'd Ian McKellcat that is then CGI'd to be young Ian McKellcat.
Yeah. I feel like there is... You know what it is? It's the Uncanny Valley. I've been trying to...
Yes, it is 100% the Uncanny Valley.
I've been trying to wrap my mind around what it is specifically about these trailers that unnerve me so much. It's the Uncanny Valley. It's the fact that they did not try to make these people pretending to be cats look enough like cats to make them not look like people.
Yeah.
So they look horrific. They are freaking nightmare fuel.
It's one of those things where, like, the thing that caught me, and it goes back to what you were saying about how, other than the old cats, everybody's really skin tight.
Yeah.
And the thing that caught me the most was seeing collarbones, because you don't see that sort of thing. Like, you see a cat body, but then collarbones. And I don't... Granted... Well, no, furry art does draw that, because they also draw boobs on things that shouldn't have boobs. But, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's... If it was animated, that would be, like, traditionally hand-drawn animated, that would be one thing. Because I forgive more that way and would go, oh, it's a cartoony style. But... when it's something meant to look realistic, this is where you do some neck fluff. This is why the neck fluff exists in the original costumes.
Yeah, well, I really wish that they would have taken more inspiration from the original show when doing the costumes, or not even the costumes, the CGI for these characters.
Yeah.
Because so many, like... I was really annoyed to see Macavity not have, like, more of a mane.
Yeah!
Because Idris Elba looks so creepy. And I feel terrible saying that, because Idris Elba is one of my favorite actors.
He does in this.
And he looks so creepy as Macavity. He looks...
I mean, that is a little bit of the point, because he's not supposed to be a good guy. But then I'm sitting here like... Because you guys are now putting in more plot than was in this show... Where are characters' developments going with this? Where's... What... Like, I'm excited to see it because I want to see what they change, but at the same time, I'm really scared.
If I had to... Well, if I had to guess, because we already know what the whole show is going to be... No, I have to guess. I'm going to guess that the way it's going to play out is... Each character is going to kind of get their song and dance, and that's where we learn about them, kind of thing. And it seems like Victoria is pretty much in every single scene.
Yeah,
so it almost seems like she's got her journey trying to get to the Jellicle Ball, and along the way, she's going to encounter a colorful cast of characters who are all going to be singing and dancing about them and why they deserve a new Jellicle life.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way it's going to go.
You're probably right, and it's interesting too because that means that they've gotten rid of the Jemima is the one who... Well, Jemima and Victoria are both the kittens in the group in the musical. And Jemima's the one who is the first one to sing with Grisabella at the end, and Victoria's the first one to touch her. And so now I guess both characters are rolled into Victoria, maybe?
Maybe?
I don't know. I noticed that the twins are there, as well as Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser, who are somehow not considered the twins. But
you're so funny because like I'm picking out maybe 5 characters, and then you're in there. You're like, oh, there's that.
First internet fandom was Cats.
It's fair. I also have to remind myself that you have that type of brain.
Yes.
That will remember things. My brain does not. My brain only remembers useless information.
Oh no, this is very useless information. Unless I had a gun to my head going, which was the first cat to sing with Grisabella?
I was going to say, you say it's useless. It's useless information as we're recording our theater podcast.
Fair.
Because if this whole podcast was dependent solely on my knowledge, it would have been one episode. Been opening, closing. Good night, folks. I really hope the show is better than I am afraid it will be.
Yeah, I do too.
Because it would be great if we kind of got a renaissance with movie musicals.
Oh God, I would love that. I would love that so much. But please, Weber, I know you're listening. Please do not let them do this with Starlight Express.
Oh God. Oh God damn you. God damn you, Kay. You put it out into the universe. They are doing pre-production right now because you said that.
I'm not the first one to say that. I'm just the first one to say it on our podcast.
Well, now it's going to go out into the world, and all of our listeners are going to hear it, and then their thoughts are going to resonate out into the universe, and it's Kay's fault. When Starlight Express comes to theaters in a horrible CGI Transformer toy train abomination, everybody blame Kay. It's their fault.
Fair.
Oh God. Now, God damn it. Now I'm not even focused on the fact that it's a Cats musical. Now my brain is looking towards the future in absolute horror.
I mean, you already have a snippet because they Thomas the Tank Engined all the cats,
God.
so...
Oh, God. And now I'm just picturing standing on the railroad and just having this train come at me. And with a face, just... Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Ow. So I do have a question for you.
Am I gonna like it?
Who do you think Victoria's gonna end up with at the end? Plato or Mr. Mistopheles?
Mr. Mistopheles.
I
felt like that was in the trailer. It was super, 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 super implied because Mr. Mistopheles is like the first one she runs into.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking. Are you gonna? No, she talked to somebody else saying, "Are you gonna try for another life or whatever?" But Mistopheles was with her, and Mistopheles. Yeah, it's gonna be Mistopheles.
You think think that's gonna be the pair up? Because in the musical, it's Plato.
Which one's Plato? Did we see Plato?
He's the one that she does the very erotic dance with in the Jellicle Ball orgy scene that we all try to block out, but every so often it comes back and you're like, why?
Just a gyrating mass of Jellicle balls.
Mm-hmm. So, and that actually, when I was in the Cats fandom, that was a big thing, was, do you ship Mr. Mistopheles and Victoria or Plato and Victoria?
I wonder if the dancing in this is going to be as hip thrust heavy as it is in the original musical.
It doesn't look like it is.
It didn't. It looked a lot more ballet style.
And it as they say in the trailer, it's choreographed by the same choreographer for Hamilton.
Which I haven't. I mean, I haven't listened to Hamilton, but I haven't seen it.
I've seen a couple of snippets, and I mean, the choreography should be pretty good.
That's just what I remember the most from watching Cats initially. Was I was surprised by how much humping there was, air humping at least.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time of picturing some of these actors just on stage, just like,
Yeah,
You're welcome, listeners.
yeah. Huh. You know what's interesting, though? Seeing that Bustopher Jones and Jenny Anydots exist outside of their musical numbers.
Why?
Because in the musical, they don't. Like, they come on for their number and
And then
gone.
they're gone and we never see them again.
So
How do you know... Wait, have we seen... Because I know...
There's a moment with Jenny Anydots inside of the house, and then there's another moment that it looks like is going to be towards the second act, is my guess. And she was swinging a chain around and hits herself with it because Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
And then Bustopher Jones, it looks like there might be some more scenes with him in it, too, so...
I'm just...
It's weird to see those two characters specifically outside of their scenes.
I'm just not... I'm not excited. I'm not excited for
I am worried.
My eyes to bleed.
I am very worried, but I'm still a little excited, but I'm also kind of going, oh, this might not... This might turn into another of the episodes that Ruck really likes, because we'll both be suffering. Or it might be one where we go, actually, other than the nightmare faces, it was pretty fun.
Maybe. I really wish that they would have made them look more like cats.
Did you know that they've released the new song that Weber wrote for Taylor Swift in it?
They have?
Yeah, they have. I haven't listened to it yet. I figured maybe wait until the new movie to listen, because it'll be when it's out. But it's called Beautiful Ghosts, so...
Beautiful Ghosts.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Beautiful Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Taylor Swift's character is in this?
Bomb Ballerina.
Okay.
She is the one
Not that
who
I remember who
sings
that is.
Macavity.
Oh, okay. Beautiful Ghosts. Well, they are a cat cult that is focused on trying to appease some supernatural entity in order to obtain a new life. And apparently this entity will only bestow its boon upon one feline.
Mm-hmm.
But it's apparent that this has happened before because they've made mention to it happening before.
Mm-hmm.
So does Beautiful Ghosts imply all the other cats who have received this boon and gotten a new life?
Maybe.
That is where Warren Logic Centers of Brain are directing that. But as musicals have taught me anything, Beautiful Ghosts could be... They're looking in through a window and watching someone play Pac-Man, and they see the ghost on the screen. So, for all I know, because sometimes musicals and their titles and songs are spot on, and other times it's like, how is this related to the title?
I wonder if it has anything to do with the glittery catnip that she has for all the other cats. Maybe
Taylor Swift is a drug peddling...
Maybe it's going to be the Broadway acid trip of this... It'll be a Broadway acid trip inside of a Broadway acid trip.
Do you think... I wonder... Maybe they'll use catnip and then shit will get weirder.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. They use catnip and suddenly it goes to traditional animation. Or real cats just laying around. Just...
You're welcome again, listeners. I heard Latte stirring like, cats? Are there cats in here?
Is the cat in... No, it's just you guys being dumb.
My mom and dad are dumb.
But yeah, I'm excited and I'm nervous. I'm nervous-sided.
It's a maelstrom of emotions.
Yeah, because I don't want to pass judgment on it too soon, but man...
You know, it's kind of opening itself up for judgment.
That's true.
Because it just looks so off-putting.
You know what, though? I will not forgive this show if it cuts Skimbleshanks.
Skimbleshanks was the train cat, right?
Yes.
I don't think they do, because there was a scene that looked like a cat wearing overalls, and I'm pretty sure that was him.
Please God, because that is my favorite
If I had to
scene
guess,
in the whole show.
if I had to guess, that was Skimbleshanks.
Oh, man. Because, that...
But, how accurate my guesses are when it comes to musical stuff. I mean,
you're probably right that it's going to end up being some Mist Vic fan fiction with a side of Macavity redemption arc.
Mist Vic?
Mistopheles Victoria.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Mistoria.
You can stop now. I love you, so no.
But yeah, so that'll be an adventure. You know what's great though is that people are going to be getting. By the end of this week, there's going to be 3 episodes posted.
Yeah.
Yep, this week was big for musical theater. Local musical theater plus not so local because YouTube and this thing that we will be watching in lieu of Star Wars.
May the Force be with us.
Which are you looking more forward to? The latest Star Wars or Cats?
Star Wars. I mean, even though, the most recent films have been all over the place in terms of quality because Disney took an axe to the extended canon after spending billions of dollars to acquire said canon. But that's a soapbox for me to stand on and yell into the void for a different time.
That'll be when we cover the Star Wars musical.
I don't hate that idea, but I also don't love that idea.
Broadway's trying to take over, or Disney's trying to take over Broadway, so,
Disney is the freaking monster in Akira that is just trying to absorb everything.
And this is why I'm rooting for Weber right now. This is why I'm going, I want Cats to be successful enough that it's not put off by Disney.
The thing is I don't want it to be successful if it's terrible.
Yeah.
I want good things to be successful. I don't want rich people to be rewarded with more money when they do terrible things.
That's fair.
That is my concern, because then they're going to be like, oh, we can just make terrible shit and people will pay for it. Because that is so often the case with some of these things. Is like, let's just make whatever terrible product and people will still pay us for it.
I want to believe that this won't be terrible. I want to believe...
I want to believe too, but it just looks so bad.
I want to believe that even with the look, that we'll have to get past the uncanny valley-ness of it and go... Oh, but the dancing was good, and the singing was good, and hey, they made the plot make more sense. Because, to me, it felt pretty cut and dry. It's Cat Jonestown, but not everyone picks up on that until they get it explained to them and then go, holy fucking shit, you're right, it is a cat suicide cult.
You know the one thing, though, that will make me love the show? Is if there's an old possum somewhere. I want there to be an old possum. If that happens, whatever else they do, I'm gonna be forgiving. I'm gonna be like, okay, they win. That is a nice nod slipped in that a lot of people probably won't know unless they know of Old Possum's book of practical cats.
Just have a moment where one of the cats lifts open a trash can lid and just...
There's a possum with a book.
Leave me alone. I'm reading. I'll come get ticks later. Be nice to possums. But yeah, so Cats. We're going to be seeing it December 20th. The Cats countdown has begun.
Less than a month.
Yeah, let me actually see, because I am that type of person and set up a goddamn countdown for Cats.
Okay, why? Oh, 28 days, 22 hours, and 2,242 seconds.
Yep.
Until we can see the Cats movie. Thank God Kay went out of her way.
And look at the image that I made.
Oh, God. It's Victoria with her pearl necklace sitting at the table, holding a knife and fork, excited to eat some food with those opposable thumbs the cats have.
Maybe they're just polydactyl.
Yeah. No.
You know, I am upset, though, that they don't have my favorite breed of cat in there.
Oriental Shorthairs?
Yes, because the big ears...
You know what they do? They would fuck up the ears, and you'd be even more upset because they would not do the ears justice.
Yeah, they wouldn't have the giant elf ears on the cats, and it would just be like, those are just cats. Those are just the same. No.
You actually just reminded me of something. In thinking about it, I do think a lot of the cats have too small of ears for their heads.
They absolutely do, and that bothers the hell out of me, but at least there's motion in the ears with this trailer.
You know what also bothered me now that I'm thinking about it is when they showed side views of the actors, and they just...
Oh,
profile,
God. Yes.
And they just, the human noses sticking out, and you're like,
so bad.
There should be a slant there,
Yes.
where the bridge of the nose goes up to the brow, because they're cats.
Yeah.
I just don't know why. I don't know why the art direction is so fucked up on this.
Like, it works in the stage version because it's so stylized.
Well, in the stage version, it looks good. Like, granted,
Yeah.
they're a little terrifying at times.
Yeah.
But at least they did their best to make them look like cats.
Yes.
I mean, with the nose... I mean, they're way more cat-like in the stage version, and this, they just...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I saw a tweet a while back, and I can't remember who it was, that basically said that there needs to be a special edition where it's just all of the actors in their green screen suits so that we can see James Corden licking himself, like licking his hand. And I agree with that tweeter. I agree with that person 100%.
Oh.
I would watch the fuck out of that.
I didn't know I needed to see something until you said that.
I would watch. So, all will be forgiven if you do a special feature with the DVD or Blu-ray that shows them before you've CGI'd them.
Please do not write them a blank check and saying that all will be forgiven if they do X.
Almost all.
Some undisclosed amount of forgiveness will be bestowed if you give us that bit of green screen gold.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, don't say that, because after this is successful, he's going to want to remake Jesus Christ Superstar, and they're just going to CGI Jesus, and I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Oh God, this is the beginning of the new Weber cinematic universe.
Jesus Christ, no.
Starting with Cats.
Oh, God.
And then they're going to do other shows.
Oh, no.
With terrible CGI.
Oh, no.
And it's going to culminate in the Weber Avengers. And it'll be the Cats plus a couple trains, maybe Chrissy D from Phantom, and Jesus Christ battling...
And Dorothy.
Wait, Dorothy?
He did a Wizard of Oz musical, and I forgot about it until today.
Oh.
Oh, God.
I guess add that to the list.
Jesus Christ. It never ends.
This is the torture that never ends. Weber just goes on and on, my friends.
I mean, it provides me material to snark about forever, because while I have a soft spot for a lot of his shows, I still have my imaginary feud with Andrew Lloyd Webber, so... And Warren has his not-so-imaginary feud.
I think it's safe to say that I would grudge fuck I would grudge fuck Weber. I think that's safe to say. I almost called him Steven Weber. Oh God, Steven Weber would be... No. Andrew Lloyd Webber, Stephen Sondheim. And Van Wandheimer? And Van Wandheimer would be their fusion.
Jesus
Strengths of both, weaknesses of neither.
Oh, God. Oh, God. God, no. Oh, man. Oh, God. Yeah, sorry, Weber. Warren's never gonna forgive you for Starlight Express.
And potentially never for this movie either.
Potentially. We'll see. At the very least for the Uncanny Valleyness, which I still don't know for sure that that's his fault. It might be Amblimation, which is Spielberg's company.
Okay, you know what, though? I bet you he had creative input. I bet they had to come to him and be like, here's what we have. And he had to go either yay or nay.
Have I ever shown you the concept art for the Cats movie? Because your sister sent it to me a while back, and I'd have to find it, but it was so beautiful. It was hand-drawn, animated, like it was going to be hand-drawn, animated art. And they went with this.
I would have much rather seen hand-drawn, animated art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was very stylized. It reminded me a little bit of a mix between Disney and Gay Puri. And, yeah. Which I think we've seen that one together.
I don't recall.
Okay, we'll watch that one on an animated musical tonight, because...
Wait. Gay Puri... That's... Okay. I think we have, because that's the one that there's, like, a cat brothel or something.
Yes, the cat brothel.
We have watched that.
Yes. So we don't have to watch that one yet, then. Unless you need a palate cleanser after this.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I think that this is just going to be a giant Broadway acid trip with a plot.
Oh, I almost wish I knew where to get acid so we could take it when we go to this. Because then maybe they would just look like regular cats when we're watching it. The
screen would look like it was melting and it would be bad.
See, the acid would counteract the Broadway acid trip, and then it would just make it look like it should. Come out of that going, we just watched a movie with cats on stage. Like real honest-to-God cats. The music was adorable.
They meowed to it the whole time. It was like listening to a Jingle Cats CD, but...
The music was perfect.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
You can tell which one of us had a Jingle Cats CD and which one didn't.
This is true.
Okay, Jingle Cats, better or worse than Cats the Musical?
I would have to hear Jingle Cats.
Oh, you never heard it?
Okay,
I will enlighten you later after we're done recording then.
Oh boy. Can't wait for this episode to be over so that I can see Jingle Cats.
It's gonna be great.
Yay.
So, yeah, we're gonna be seeing Cats December 20th. It'll be in theaters that day. Go out and see it too, so that we can all talk about it together. You can talk to us about Cats on our Twitter, Tone Deaf Musical, or our Facebook at Tone Deaf Musical, or our Instagram at Tone Deaf Musical, or our website, tonedeafmusical.com, or you can go to the Cast Junkie Discord server. The link is going to be in the description, and you can go talk to us there about Cats, or podcasts, or the grudge with Weber that we both have.
We can all hold hands psychically and scream into the void together.
Yes. Saturday, I am hoping to have an episode up about Once Upon a Mattress, the live version that we will be seeing on Friday. God, tonight. Because this releases... No, Friday night. Because I'm going to post this tonight, Thursday night. So, what is time?
Time is a construct, eh? Time is an illusion.
Oh, God.
What is time to a blink of the eye of the universe?
Good Lord. This went past Minisode. So...
Good night, folks.
Yeah. That'll be it until our Minisode about Once Upon a Mattress. I'm Kay.
I'm Warren.
And this has been
Tone Deaf.